All right, let's try Lollar. Jason also plays B3. He's a really good guitar player too. So.
Hello.
Chase?
What's going on?
Well, what we're doing is we're having a little musician's workshop, and we're up to the part now we're talking about Lollar pickups. That would be you.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Best in the world.
Yeah. Well, just give us a heads up on how you got started and what you're doing.
How I got started. Well, you know,
No pressure.
I went to Roberto-Venn School of Luthiery in 1979, and I first started trying to build guitars in like 71 when I was like 11 years old. You know, there was just nothing out there to tell you how to do it like you're, you know. Now it's like a completely whole different thing. But I went to this guitar making school, Roberto-Venn, and Bob Van worked for Sonny Mosley, and he taught us how to make pickups in a very rudimentary way. And so very rudimentary, like really cheap pawn shop type kind of pickup construction. And from there, it was just sitting around one day after I got out of school, realizing I had no idea what I was doing, and you know, trying to figure out what was going on, and you know, made some pickups and made a machine and started making my own pickups for my own guitars and repairing friends' pickups, and that was early '80s, and you know, by the mid-90s, I'd written a book about winding pickups, and then after that, it flooded. You know, it was like everybody wanted me to make them stuff. So since the mid-90s, I've just been doing pickups like crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so it was just kind of a response to that's what people seem to want me to do. I mean, I'm a hell of a guitar maker, you know, but everybody wants me to make pickups, so yeehaw.
Yeah, well, the stuff is definitely great. Do you guys have any questions to Jason about pickups at all? Or, hey, Jace?
Yeah.
Okay, got one question for you here.
Say that again.
3 guitars that have Lollar pickups.
This is a bass player who has 3 guitars that has your pickups in them.
Mm-hmm.
I've had every pickup on the market. What makes the pickup so fat compared to all the others? I get more tone out of his pickups than I do any other pickup.
I don't know if you can hear the question. The question is...
Well, I heard part of it. Just about every pickup on the market and what makes yours different. Basically,
Yeah.
That's what the question is.
There
right?
you go. You got it.
I get more presence out of his pickups.
There's more presence, more tone. What makes a Lollar pickup
More
better?
presence, more tone. Yeah. Well, there's a bunch of reasons. One of them is a lot of, you know, part of it's the machinery I use, and part of it's the components I use, and some of it is that a lot of pickups that you get stock in especially in like import guitars, I don't think people really listen to them. I think they just want them to work, and one of the things that, you know, a lot of stuff is made is just structured so that the lowest common denominator of buyer can hear a difference. So a lot of these cheaper guitars, their pickups are louder than most, you know. So the person that has no idea what they're listening to, they go into the guitar store and pick up a guitar, and they go, oh, this one sounds a lot louder and fatter, you know. And so they buy that, even though it's really crappy pickup. It only does one thing, you know. It does that loud thing really good. But one of the things that makes mine different is that I did custom lines for people for years, and I listened to every kind of request for every kind of pickup, and I responded to it, and I figured out a pattern of most people either want A, B, C, or D. You know, it really falls into 4 or 5 different kind of requests for different kinds of tones for each type of pickup. And people don't realize that, but I hear the same thing over and over and over I wanted to do this because it doesn't have that. And it's like, God, I hear that over and over and over. So I respond to that, and I have super, super tight quality control. So I listen to the customers, I make what they wanted, or want, and I have really tight quality control, and I listen to what I make. Instead of a lot of places I don't think people listen to what they make. They just want it to work and be louder than everybody else. So that's basically the most simplest way to put it.
Well, this particular bass player is just very much enamored with the overall tone and the dynamics and just the presence that he's getting out of the bass, and he's a
yeah, absolutely. I think the pickup should be able to do whatever you want it to do, rather than having a pickup have a super constricted character. It should be able to do. If you wanted to have higher overtones and you put that into the way you play, the pickup should be able to notice that. You go wherever you want it to go. That's my theory about it.
Got it, Chase. Thank you. Anybody have any other questions? Yes, sir. Mr. Cook? We got a guy waiting in the back here, Chase.
I just want to know, when you design pickups, and
the question is, when you design pickups,
the quality of bass,
for
wood, tone, fretboard, all that, does that actually change the actual tone and design of the pickups
gotcha.
itself?
Chase, I don't know if you saw that there was an article a couple of weeks ago about this guy who said that tonewood has absolutely no effect on the instrument, on solid body. What he was suggesting is that it's all about the pickup and the hardware. The question is, does the body, in your world, does the tonewood actually affect tone? Does the hardware affect it? All the elements.
Consideration.
Absolutely, it does, but there's really no way to. If you people call me up all the time, they go, "Well, the guitar's got a rosewood fingerboard, Western maple neck, and a swamp body, swamp ash body, and it's got Callahan, this and that, and there's so much variability. It doesn't matter. You tell me what kind of wood it is. Every piece of wood is so variable. And, one time I had, so I can't predict exactly what you're going to get. And not only that, there's amplifier differences. And just the way the guy approaches the guitar, and what chords and what inversions they play, and how hard they hit it, what size pick they use, there's no way. You can tell me all that stuff. You can tell me that, I only play Muddy Waters from 1950 to 1962, and, no way can I tell you exactly what you're going to get.
Right.
But there are general characteristics that if you tell me, I play for a tweed amp, or I play for a blackface amp, or I play for a Marshall, or whatever, kind of, at least get an overall rough idea, but to actually nail it down and go, okay, if you have that kind of wood, it's going to sound like this, because it doesn't work. One time I had, I think I had 8 or 10 Les Pauls in my shop all at the same time, and I put the same pickup in every single one of them. And some of them sound very similar to each other, and others sound dramatically different.
Well,
So when I do my prototyping and stuff, I have 2 guitars that are the same kind of wood. I take and I refret them with the same fret ladder. They match the pots to an exact bowl reading, and I match the caps, and everything's wired the same. And there'll still be a difference between one guitar and the other.
So, Jace, I guess the question was, do you take into consideration the tone wood and the metal that's actually used in the instrument to design a pickup?
Well, yeah, I do, but what I'm saying is I can't. It's not an exact thing. It's not. But my blonde strap pickups, they're designed to be sort of like a 50s strap pickup, which would use generally it would use an ash maple neck. But it's not. What I guess what I'm saying is you can't. It's not black and white as far as if a guitar is made out of this kind of wood, that you have to use this pickup because everyone wants something different.
Right, right. Well, this particular bass player is just, he's that kind of guy. He wants everything his way, so that's what we're dealing with here.
Right. No, but no, I definitely listen to that stuff. Like,
No,
a lot of the
it's all
70s
good.
basses, the 70s jazz basses and key basses, they were tended to be made out of a really heavy ash, So they have a different sound than basses from other eras.
Gotcha. In fact, on this,
having to do with the attack and the sustain. So the wood definitely has a difference, but I wouldn't say one pickup sounds better than another with a certain type of wood.
Todd, is that covered? Okay. In fact, the guy who's really busting our chops right now, we put a 51P in his reissue, and the thing sounds phenomenal. It really does. So great job on that. Any other questions, guys? I have. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Rick, I'd like to ask Jason Lollar. I like the sound of a Nick Texas Special in the Strat. I like that bell tone. We've heard the Texas Special in Stevie Ray Vaughan's hands. I'd like to know what the differences is between his offering and that pickup offering from Fender.
From Fender?
Yeah. The rest of the differences. Different magnet types.
Jace, did you get that?
I didn't get. I heard something about maybe Stevie on or something.
Yeah, like Stevie Ray's. I guess was Diaz winding his pickups at the time?
I don't really know. I know that Caesar did a lot of work on his amps and stuff. And one thing I heard is that a buddy of mine found one of Stevie's amps and he plugged into it and he thought it sounded like shit.
Really?
So it was something like, it was something that was specific to how Stevie played and the setup that he had, it worked for him, but what worked for him didn't work for everybody, So, but was he using stock pickups? I believe so. I listened to that guy a lot, and I was there when he was big, and I saw all his concerts and stuff, but I never got to know him or anything. But I believe that his Strats had the stock pickup in them.
Let me read you the question. Let's say in Lollar's world, what pickups would you recommend to get that kind of a flavor?
Okay, what with Lollar pickups would I recommend to do what with?
To get more of a Stevie Ray kind of tone?
Just Stevie Ray kind of tone? Oh, man, blackface.
Blackface?
Blackface,
okay.
Yeah.
It's called blackface.
I think so. That's how I would do it, but everybody has a different approach. But,
right.
Stevie, I saw him play many, many times, and he played super hard. He was probably playing with the heaviest pick you could get, and he could just nail it like a piano almost. So, if you don't, and you know what, he broke strings every 30 seconds. He was breaking strings because he's hitting it so hard. And if you don't have that same kind of attack, you're gonna sound different,
Right. Okay.
So,
and I'll describe.
Blackface, yeah.
I'll describe to the guys the difference in the 4 different sets that you make. So I don't want to take up the time. Any other questions? You guys can. Yeah. Good. Okay. Well, Jason, listen. I want to say thank you so much for taking the time. You really. It's really an honor for you to be. It's an honor for me to be in your world and vice versa. So there you go.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for asking me. Absolutely.
All right.
I really like to correspond with my customers, and because customers are, you guys have taught me everything I know, really, even though you don't know it, by asking me to do something there is. So.
All right. Well, so they can find you at lollarguitars.com, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, listen. Have a great day, and thank you so much.
Yeah, you too.
All right.
Thanks, Rick.
See you. Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Okay.